Alright, so Skyrim has a wide variety of different choices when it comes to dodge mods, the most popular being TK Dodge, Ultimate Dodge, CGO, and even one of the more newer ones, DMCO. In this particular video, I'll be discussing the pros and cons as well as my recommendation based on my experience with using each of these mods. That being said, please enjoy the video. Alright, so TK Dodge. Being that it's the oldest one, you have access to the most patches made available in Nexus, the most recent one being TK Dodge Read. This basically removes all script requirements for TK Dodge, replaces it with like SKSE scripts. You also get access to the animation add-ons like diverse dodging and even a new mechanic, such as dodging while attacking. And since you can dodge forward with this mod, you're basically able to use it to continue your chains, if you have enough stamina to do it, that is. Then we have CGO. Now, this mod does offer its own dodge mechanic, but you would also have to deal with all the other features that this mod offers. So if you really just wanted it for the dodge, you would have to deal with like all the unlocked grip changes and stuff like that. But at least in terms of its dodge, it did offer like the most distance covered when moving, and felt kind of responsive when I was using true directional movement. But I'd still say it's not that good just because of the fact that you don't have access to many new animations, and you might get motion sickness when dodging in first person, and you can't really tell where you're going whenever you dodge. But overall, it felt really nice, but I think there's still others to reconsider. Then we have the Ultimate Dodge mod. Overall, I'd say this is basically just a newer version of TK Dodge, just because like TK Dodge by default does not have access to omnidirectional rolling, well this one does, and there's also a patcher that allows you to have unique sounds based on like whatever armor you're wearing, and when you do a roll, you basically just like hear the impact, and that would be different based on like if you're wearing a heavy armor cutlass versus a light armor cutlass. And then you have the small issue of it's not really on the nexus, and if you want to use like dodging while attacking, you'd have to make your own custom patch in order to use them. But overall, like, I don't think I really noticed like the omnidirectional rolling with this mod. So like, I don't know if I'd say like that's really worth the trade, but some people say like it feels a little bit smoother. I didn't really notice this. But then we have DMCO, which I believe stands for Dodge Modern Combat Overhaul. So pretty much this mod has the features of like the other ones, such as omnidirectional rolling, canceling your attacks while dodging, but miss out on things like customization, such as being able to like change what hotkey it's tied to when you dodge. But you do get whole dodge and sidestep right out the bat. It's all tied to one hotkey. It depends on how long you press it, and you can, move into a dodge or move into a sidestep. It's pretty cool, but you miss out on things like dodge attacks and different animations. But there is one cool feature that this mod also has, which is where like if you're like over encumbered, basically it's this like fat roll. So I wouldn't know like why you'd be over encumbered while dodging, but if you are, you basically just get a fat roll. And lastly, we'll do my recommendation based on like my interaction with these mods. So if you want something that's just relatively easy to install that comes with a lot of patches right out of the bat, I'd say go for TK Dodge, just because of the fact that like there's so many new animations that are made available as well as different patches. The only real downside is that there's no omnidirectional rolling that comes with this mod. Then we have the Ultimate Dodge mod. Overall, I'd say this is basically just a newer version of TK Dodge, just because like TK Dodge by default does not have access to omnidirectional rolling, well this one does, and there's also a patcher that allows you to have unique sounds based on like whatever armor you're wearing, and when you do a roll, you basically just like hear the impact, and that would be different based on like if you're wearing a heavy armor cutlass versus a light armor cutlass. And then you have the small issue of it's not really on the nexus, and if you want to use like dodging while attacking, you'd have to make your own custom patch in order to use them. But overall, like, I don't think I really noticed like the omnidirectional rolling with this mod. So like, I don't know if I'd say like that's really worth the trade, but some people say like it feels a little bit smoother. I didn't really notice this. Lastly, there's DMCO. DMCO is the newest of these few dodge mods, and because of that, there's not that many features that can be changed about it. You're forced to essentially use one particular hotkey in order to use it. But the awesome thing about them is that each of these mods can be used in unison with each other. So if you do like DMCO's dodge You can use it in unison with like TK dodge or the ultimate dodge, so you're not really limited in using like one or the other if you really still want to use this. But even then, like it's still new, and there's a bug that like makes it so it takes priority over your sprint button. So I'd probably just wait for this one to get a little bit more updated. But I'd say overall, formulate your own opinions. All these mods are very well made, and I'm interested to see your thoughts in general on dodge mods. Because I personally use TK dodge, but let me know which one that you prefer overall. But lastly, we have the Requiem dodge perk. So even though the dodge perk lacks many of the features that the other four have, it still mechanically is the best for multiple reasons. How, you might wonder. All the other dodge mods share the same issue of basically locking your character in place in order to avoid damage. So what if you could just simply move out of the way, alright? No animations, none of the fancy stuff, just simply moving your character out of the way. Well, that's what the dodge perk essentially does. And because of that, you basically open up a whole new world of different mechanics and exploration. So normally if like a reg was just like maybe a bit too far at a distance in the vanilla game, you can now reach it with a dodge perk. And even if you were like attacking or something, you're still able to like dodge around. So it really just doesn't make a lot of sense how like, although how simple the dodge mod really is, no other mod has like recreated this feature and added it to the game.